when the back end slides. Tiny mistake can redraw lives. Names on the board, but the story's live. Turn by turn, we fight to arrive. This is the Formula V trophy. We ride the edge, we ride it clean. GGR Nation in my headset, one more lap to chase the dream. Formula V trophy, hold your nerve and hold the line. TGR Nation, feel it rising. Champions build a 10th at a time. Strapped in tight, screen glow on my face, ghost lines break lights, chasing every trace from warm-up laps to the last white flag. Heartbeat louder than the waving rain. This is the Formula V trophy. We ride the edge, we ride it clean. TGR Nation in my headset, one more lap to chase the dream. Formula V trophy, hold your nerve and hold the line. TGR Nation, feel it rising. Champions built a 10th at a time. Stay calm when the back end slides. Tiny mistake can redraw lives. Names on the board, but the story's live. Turn by turn, we fight to arrive. This is the Formula V trophy. We ride the edge, we ride it clean. GGR Nation in my headset, one more lap to chase the dream. Formula V trophy, hold your nerve and hold the line. TGR Nation, feel it rising. Champions build a 10th at a Screen glow on my face, ghost lines break lights, chasing every trace from warm-up laps to the last white flag. Heartbeat louder than the waving rain. This is the Formula V trophy. We ride the edge, we ride it clean. Hey, TGR Nation in my headset. One more lap to chase the dream. Formula V trophy, hold your nerve and hold the line. TGR Nation, feel it rising. Champions built to 10th at a time. Stay calm when the back end slides. Tiny mistake can redraw lives. Names on the board, but the story's live. Turn by turn, we fight to arrive. This is the Formula V trophy. We ride the edge, we ride it clean. GGR Nation in my headset. One more lap to chase the dream. Formula V trophy, hold your nerve and hold the line. TGR Nation, feel it rising. Champions build the 10th at a time.
And a very good morning, everybody, and welcome along to Laguna Seca, where we are here for what is being called something very, very special. This round of the Formula V Trophy Series is being dedicated to one of the greats of world motorsport, the Alex Zanardi Memorial GP. We'll talk more about that in a few moments' time. Alexander Bourgassard currently leads the timing with a 141.2. Christopher Cassiano, 141.4. Christian Flagg, a 141.5. Sean Gabinski, a 141.6 for him. And Alan DeGarcis rounds out the top five, just 0.1 behind with a 141.742. So it's going to be an interesting little race. These times are very, very close to each other. Wherever you might be viewing this, g'day. Nice to have your company. Hope you're doing well and enjoying life. I'm going to bring up the chat. I know a few of the drivers tuned in this morning. Good to have your company as well, my friends. I hope you have an enjoyable race and it's not too dramatic. We've had a couple of dramatic ones. There's been no doubt about that. It's been an interesting season 2 of the Formula V Trophy Series, and we're looking forward to much of the same here today as well. I have adjusted since the last time we spoke, hopefully engine noise and the race chat should be slightly louder, so you should be able to hear it, and it should be quite an entertaining one for you. You're watching Lantrez at the moment. Michael, who sits down in 12th, trying to improve his time. Eric Lancheres has gone to the quick time of 140.78. No one's shocked by that. Finds himself leading the board again. And good for him. Only a few seconds left of this qualifying session, so it won't take too long before we get the first of 2 races underway. Now, Christian Flagg has had some sort of an issue out there. He's got the meatball flag and finds himself back down in pit lane. Alex is in pit lane. Here's Eric, who's just lost out to Alex, who's taken the quick time of 140.60. Can Eric improve? No, he can't. He cannot. Christopher Cassiano, is he still out on track? Yes, he is, but he's not going forward. Gabinski is in pit lane, and Alan DeGarcis You're riding on board with him, but the time has run out. As you can see on your screen, we are about to go racing. I've also been fiddling with my audio settings too, so hopefully it's nowhere near as distorted as it was last week. Unfortunately, that's the fun of building a brand new computer. You've got to start from scratch. Okay, we're about to get underway. You can see overcast conditions, a bit of scattered cloud above to get this race underway. Eric is in position, and so too is our pole sitter, Alex. Looks like we're just waiting for 2 more cars to come into position, and we'll be able to get this one underway. So the state of play is 2 races. We've got a minute left on the clock before we get this one underway. Cassiano gets into position. Gabinski's there. Good luck, everybody, says Christian Flag. And we are set to go racing. Rev start to build. We're in the starter's hands. Alexander Bugasherd off pole position. What can he do? Away he goes. A good clean start. Eric gets a decent launch too. Has to defend though. Cassiano was like a rocket off the line. Gabinski sits there in 4th spot. Christian Flag right behind. Then Alan DeGarcis with a great performance from him to be up there in the top 5. Black flag for our race leader. It's come straight up. He must have jumped the start or something like that, but that's going to be devastating for him. Lancheres leading the series so far, and Alexander really needed these points, and he's being absolutely monstered at the moment by Eric Lancheres, who can obviously see that he's got a black flag, so doesn't need to fight too hard. I think he just wants him out of the way, to be fair. Nathan Maroney back in action. He sits in 8th spot at the moment. Questionable livery on that car. We'll point that out a little bit later on as they make their way around this fantastic circuit. Start their run up the hill towards the corkscrew, the famous corkscrew. An area of this track that I just can't get right now. A challenge on for the race lead. Eric's gone to the inside, which will become the outside as they approach the corkscrew. What can they do? Side by side they go. A little bit of touching there. Alexander got slid out as he put his power down, but they're still side by side through this section of the track. Cassiano comes into the fight as well. Gabinski sits back there in 4th. He wants a piece of the action now. Will Alexander go to the pits? Yes, he does. He will come out in last position. Poor Alexander Bugasherd. He is going to be way down the pecking order for this one. Back to the race lead. It's now Eric Lancheres leading over Christopher Cassiano, Christian Flag, DeGarcis, Rodrigo down there in 7th, Robbie Wright, and David Gerard way back there in 12th. He had a blinder at the previous round. There he is on screen at the moment. Don't forget, he also puts videos up of these races. If you are interested, a link to his YouTube channel is in the description down below. Now Cassiano in 2nd spot, monstering our race leader. Christian Flag having another blinder over 8 weeks so far. Long may that continue. Cassiano now looks to the inside as they come down towards the left-hander. Does he get the overtaking manoeuvre done? Yes, nice and clean. Eric seems to take these overtakes personally. Gabinski in a bit of a battle as well. He is side by side at the moment with DeGarcis. DeGarcis holds down 4th or gains 4th position as the case may be. Now wants to go for 3rd. He's going side by side with Christian Flag. He's got his nose just in front as they approach the corkscrew. Takes the outside line, turns into the inside line, and he's got the manoeuvre done by the look of that. Big dice going on further back through the field as well. Big dice as they make their way around the track. We're talking about the links just in behind Nathan Maroney. Sully Khan, Rodrigo Tostes, and Lancheres also in that battle right behind. They're having a ding-donger at the moment. There's Sully Khan. New livery for him, which is great to see. Bit more colour splashed across there. Now this dice for the lead. Cassiano has got an absolutely menacing Eric Lancheres right behind. These two have pulled out on Christian Flag, Gabinski, DeGarcis and Maroney coming into that fight as well. Exit of turn one they go. And the battle right behind is on in earnest. Christian Flag, DeGarcis, Gabinski and Maroney. Robbie Wright right behind him. And Sally Khan rounds out that group of cars. DeGarcis all over the back of Christian Flag. Here comes Gabinski. Dives down the inside. Can he make it work? Going up the hill. He's going to try. Maroney wants to make amends to that. It's looking scary. You're on board with Maroney now. Gabinski slides in front of him. Nothing that Nathan could do that time around. And he's being monstered by Robbie Wright as we speak. Up in front, Gabinski holding down 5th spot. Maroney closing up under brakes as they come down off the corkscrew. Lancheres out in front at the moment, leading Cassiano. Then this enthralling battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. Such is the racing. One-third of the race already gone. We're under the 10-minute mark now. Christian Flag falling off the back of this slipstream. He's 1.4 seconds behind. That's going to hurt his chances. And you can see there's an absolute stream of cars sitting right behind him that all want to take that position and take it very, very quickly from him. Can they do it? Not this time around, no. Unfortunately for them, didn't work out in their favour. Christian Flag holding down 3rd at the moment. He's doing a fantastic job. DeGarcis starting to fall off the back now of this battle, which is a bit of a surprise. DeGarcis starting to come under pressure from the cars behind. That's Gabinski and Nathan Maroney. There goes that gaggle of cars through that section of the track. Starting their climb up the hill. Christian Flag, DeGarcis, Gabinski and Maroney. Look at that colour scheme he's running. I don't think he knows. I think he's forgotten that he's running it. That's actually my racing team colours. So if he wins, I'll claim the victory instead of him. If he doesn't win, then it's Nathan Maroney. I'm very easy. Gabinski moves forward. He's in 4th spot. He gets around DeGarcis. Can he close in on Christian Flag, who's been able to pull out a 0.9 of a second gap? This is vital for Christian Flag to take the pressure off. Maroney dives down the inside of DeGarcis, gets the manoeuvre done. DeGarcis had to use a little bit of off track, so brings himself back into the battle as they run side by side. Oh, big wide manoeuvre there from Gabinski as he tries to work his way forward. Maroney still in this battle with DeGarcis as they come up the top of the hill now. Looking back at the two cars, DeGarcis has got the inside line. Sully Khan having a run as well. He's going side by side. He's going to stick with Maroney. DeGarcis, oh, Nathan Maroney and DeGarcis have got tangled up. They're turned around. Maroney is off into the paddock. He's having a torrid time, and you could hear Maroney straight away on the comms saying, sorry, I didn't realise you were on the inside there. Of course, it was a great manoeuvre, just got caught out. Here's the battle for the race lead. Cassiano sitting there in 2nd. Let's go back and take a look at what happened with DeGarcis. We'll watch it from on front with him. No. Can I get it? No. Won't let me get it. Is it further back? No, we'll forget it. It's just not coming up on my screen. Oh, he's had another off track. That's why he's got damage. That's disappointing for him. Bitterly disappointing for him. So problems aplenty. Cassiano's got the race lead. Lancheres gets a little bit wide there. That gives Cassiano a little bit of breathing space. A fair amount of breathing space. The gap back to 2nd is now 1 second. But we know how quick Eric is. I think this is the biggest margins we've seen in Formula V racing so far this season. Cassiano leads by 1 second. who's 1.1 seconds quicker than Christian Flagg, who's 2.8 seconds quicker than Gabinski. Then you go back to Robbie Wright and Sean Gabinski that are involved in a battle. In behind Robbie Wright, you've got Sully Khan, who's now fallen off the back here. Then back to Scotty Brooks. Then a little dice going on behind. Rodrigo takes the inside line. David Gerard on the outside here. David Gerard's previous video, very, very honest and to the point. He had a fantastic run at Sebring. His best performance in the series since joining, I think it was after the second or third round of this season. Very capable pilot and is right in the midst of a good top 10 finish at the moment. Now, great little run here by the 69 car, Lanteres, and David Gerard dives down the inside. He goes with him. A great maneuver by him. Let's go back to the pointy end of the field and see what's happening with our race leader, because the gap has come down dramatically. It's down to 0.1. Eric Lanteres looks to the inside as they go towards Laguna Seca's corkscrew. He gets the overtaking maneuver done. Cassiano not fighting that too hard. He's been around. He knows the drill here. Decided to back out and will play at some other part of the track. Slipstreaming's pretty powerful. And while that was going on, Christian Flagg has been able to close this gap down. It's down by 0.4 of a second to 1.5. Then a decent slog back to Gabinski of 3.6. So these three are pulling away, and Christian would love to see this. He would love to see Cassiano and Lanteres going side by side, because the more they fight, the closer he can get back to being in this battle. Cassiano thinks better of it this time around, decides to tuck in. 4.5 minutes of this race left to go, so there's still plenty of time. Fastest lap of the race at the moment, a 1:40.8 for Eric Lanteres. 6.1k driver versus a 4.8k driver, and a 5.8 for Christian Flagg. He's doing well this season. Robbie Wright 4.4, Sully Khan 4.2, Gerard 2.5, which tells you how far above his pay grade he is fighting at the moment with these guys. Lanteres still out in front. The gaps are reasonably substantial further back. You've got this man on screen, Robbie Wright, right up behind Gabinski. That's one of the closest battles. Now Cassiano's gone through and taken the race lead down into the corkscrew. This time he's got the inside line. Eric wants to stick with him. They're still side by side. They go to the left-hander. Cassiano bows out, tries the switchback just to put Lanteres under pressure. And Christian Flagg now 1.1 away. While these guys fight, he's able to bridge this gap almost into the slipstream. Within 0.9 now, 1 second, 1.9. The gap's so close for him picking up the drag again as they come onto the start-finish straight. Let's have a look from his perspective. You can see the battle up in front from his cockpit, down towards the braking area of turn one, and again they're side by side. This has got him well back into the fight. So it's no longer a two-way battle, it's a three-way brawl for the race victory here in the first race at Laguna Seca. The Alexandra Zanardi GP, Memorial GP, the first time running. Alexander was a great guy. I had the pleasure of meeting him quite a few times and spending a bit of time with him. A great human. Now Eric is trying to get a run around the outside. He can't do it. Cassiano protects the inside line. And further back in the pack, those gaps are still pretty much the same. No change dramatically in the top five. David Gerard's in front of Michael Lanteres. Michael Lantes, I should say. I beg your pardon, Michael. My apologies for that. My brain's just trying to wake up. It's early morning here in Sydney, Australia. Now, Eric goes to the outside, becomes the inside down through the corkscrew, gets the position, maintains the position, and Christian Flagg looking very racy now. He wants in on this fight. He wants this battle to be fought right to the checkered flag, and it's not that far away. Just 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go in the race. Onto the start-finish straight they come, using every piece of real estate and a bit more. Cassiano with a beautiful run, but Eric's got the inside line. Christian Flag's going to give him a bump draft. Christian Flag helping out the mortal enemy here. And he backs out of it, lets them go side by side, now dives to the inside and tries to get past Cassiano. He's going to get that overtaking manoeuvre done cleanly and nicely. Robbie right onto the back of Sean Gabinski, battling 4th and 5th at the moment as well, as he tries to find another position. Not much between those two. And back up front, Eric. Oh, what are they going to go 3 wide here? Yeah, why not? Sounds like a plan. Christian says, no, forget that. He dives to the inside of Cassiano. They start their run back up the hill. Eric Lancheres holds down the race lead again. Christian and Christopher swapping positions one after the other. We go on board with Christopher Cassiano. Climb up the hill. Sitting there, Christian Flag looks to have a go at Eric, then has to protect against Cassiano, who's absolutely nose to tail with him at the moment. Can't find a way past. Have a go at this. A 3-way dogfight. The time has run out on the clock. Down into the right-hander they come. Just one more turn to negotiate to come onto the start-finish straight. Christian Flag looking to the inside. Eric's away to it. He runs wide. He has run wide, and that's going to cost him. Christian Flag and Cassiano in an absolute drag through the checkered flag. Down across the line they go. What a great little dice between those two. Christopher Cassiano and Christian Flag side by side as they come down to the start-finish line. Cassiano's going to get the victory over Flag. Eric Lancheres, with the uncustomary mistake in the final turn, has fallen back through the pack, and I think most of the field has crossed the line. Lanter's pulling off as well. He finishes well and truly in the top 10, as does David Gerard. There it is, our first race of the weekend. Now let's go back. Scotty Brooks had a bit of an issue out there. What happened with Scotty? Well, that was all on. Just looped it round on himself on the exit of the corkscrew. We saw that with Alan DeGarcis. Ken Pullen having a bit of drama. Yep, contact there for him. Not the way he wanted the day to go. And I think that's all of the highlights that we need to take a look at. So we stand by for race 2 to get underway here at Laguna Seca. Christopher Cassiano, the quick man out there, and takes out the inaugural running of the Alex Zanardi Memorial GP. One more race to go, 15 minutes on the clock. And we're standing by for the grid to take formation.
Let's grid up, guys.
There's Robbie letting them know, let's grid up. Some of them already down there, keen and ready to go. David Gerard being one of those. Rodrigo Tostes, you can see him off to the left-hand side. Back to the pointy end of the field. Christopher Cassiano's there. Let's do something a little bit different here today. Let's go on board with Robbie Wright, and we'll watch from his perspective at the start of this race. Revs start to build. We're waiting for the green light. You're right on board with Robbie Wright for the start of this one. Gets a great launch. He's trying to work on Sean Gabinski, who goes straight across to the inside line to protect. Cassiano leads. Eric Lancheres gets into second, then Christian Flag as they come down towards turn 1. There's a gaggle of cars further back. They're all side by side, 4 and 5 wide, trying to pick them up as they make their way through turn 1. Rodrigo Tostes gets a great run on Lanter's as well. He's going to try and move forward. Michael Lanter's fighting back. They're going side by side. Nathan Maroney not happy with something, not sure what happened there. I'll be able to give you a replay of that as we just wait for this race to settle down. there you have Cassiano holding down the lead over Eric Lancheres and Christian Flag. Let's quickly dive back and see what happened with Nathan. Looks like he and, is it DeGarcis? Yeah, DeGarcis have had it coming together. And Nathan not overly excited by the prospect. As they start their run up the hill, Cassiano has a wall of cars behind him. Christian Flag and Eric, they were going to go 3 wide there. Christian was awake to it and backed out. Eric sort of stuck there for a little bit. Gabinski, and in behind Gabinski, you've got Robbie Wright right up into this fight as well. There's Robbie Wright. Nathan's had another issue. Let's go back and take a look. Oh, there's a big crash here. Let's try and pick this up.
What are you doing?
Whoa. Yes, quite a few drivers in this involved in that. Wow. When it goes bad, it goes bad. Let's go back to the point end of the field. Eric Lancheres takes the race lead. Cassiano second. Christian Flag's got Gabinski on his inside. Not much you can do about that. Leaves the door open for a man that we haven't spoken about that was second in the series, Alexander Bugashern, who's made his way forward. And, somebody's gone bush. That was Alexander. He went absolute bush there in a massive off track. I'll go back and check and see if he was giving some helping hands now. Christian Flag's involved in a really big dice here, and Eric Lancheres is able to pull away just a little bit. Let's go back and see what happened to Alexander. Was it on his own? Yes, it was. It was all on his own.
It's somewhere in the manual that says don't do that.
Somewhere in the manual it says don't do that. I'm not sure what they were talking about. Up, down through the corkscrew they come. 3.5 minutes of this second race now in the bag.
That's 2 races in a row you hit me.
This one's getting lively. Listen to the chat. This one is getting lively, people. They're racing for cattle stations now. Eric Lancheres has a 0.8 of a second gap, desperately trying to break the slipstream. Cassiano sits in second. Christian Flag holds down third as they come down across the strike. You've got a wall of cars. Solly Khan right up into this fight here at the moment. He's feeling it. That's Christian Flag. Solly Khan was very loose in turn 1. Well done, Sully, for holding on to that. Gabinski's going to get a run on him, though. He's going to try and take Christian Flag as well and battle for third. No, he says fourth will do me at this stage, as this gaggle of cars is the tightest battle we have towards the pointy end of the field. A 0.6 gap between Eric Lancheres and Christopher Cassiano. Now Gabinski gets a run. Looks to the inside. The Hornet goes down, picks up a spot. Alexander Bugasherd gets very close with Sully Khan as they start their run back up the hill towards the corkscrew. Alex has cemented himself into that spot over Khan. Christian Flag on the fight back at the moment. As they come up towards the top of the hill to the corkscrew, he's watching the battle up in front, trying to work out which way he's going to go. Gabinski sort of caught out there a little bit. Alex looks to the inside as they come down into the left-hander. He's going to try and make it stick. Can he do it? Through that section of the track, he'd go, very tight between the two. Clean, though. Clean because Gabinski was forced a little bit wide and took the off track. But no harm, no foul. Now, Alexander is up into third and sets his sights on the race leader, who is right in the middle of a battle now. Cassiano's been able to close the gap. Looks like there's a great slipstreaming dice going on for third spot as well. Christian Flag well and truly in Alexander's slipstream. Looks to the inside. Can he make it work? No. He's prepared to sit back and wait. Khan holds down. 6th spot. Well and truly in this one. He's having a blinder of a week. As we go back to the point end of the field. The The Canadian leading the way over the American. I don't know if there's love lost between those two. I know that there's always good rivalry between Australians and New Zealanders. I'm assuming the same. The brothers you love to hate sort of deal. Up the hill they come. Oh, Christopher Cassiano with a bit of blinky bill going on there. Cassiano is right in the middle of a big... Oh, Christian Flagg's gone way, way wide. Did he do that on his own? We'll go back and have a look in just a sec. Alexander leading this gaggle down through the corkscrew. Gabinski up the inside. Khan sticking with him. Let's go back and see what happened with Christian. No, it won't show me the replay. No. It's been difficult to deal with. 8 minutes left to go in this race. Eric using every piece of real estate and then some more. Now Alexander, I heard a crash in the background. Yes, off the track goes Robbie Wright. Robbie Wright's been involved in an incident. Let's see the replay of what transpired here. Okay, it was a Constantina effect. Gabinski got on the brakes. Khan ran into the back of him, and then Wright was involved in that one as well. And plenty of gibber going on the radio as well. Gabinski loses another couple of spots. Does he have damage? Let's see what happened there on the replay. Oh, got into the back of Christian Flagg, did he? And then locks up a brake. Did well. You did well, but he's lost a mountain of positions. There's the battle for the race lead.
I've got damage, mate. Going front.
That's Sully Khan saying that he's got damage for his car. So allowing Christian Flagg and to go through and move forward. Doesn't want to hinder his race. A great gentlemanly act. 7 minutes left to go. Cassiano wants the race lead now. Starts to go side by side. Can he hold out? Eric stays true. Holds the line. He's going to have the inside for the left-hander. Side by side they go. And Alexander, you can see off in the background, bridging this gap. It's a 2-second gap at the moment. He's got a long way to go to try and get up onto the tail, but the more these guys fight, and you know Cassiano's going to do it. You know Christopher's going to give it all he's got. Gets another run coming onto the start, finish straight. Gee, there's been some action in this race. And while these two fight, I should point out Christian Flagg has Sully Khan, David Gerard up into 6th. We'll go back and check that out as soon as these guys sort themselves out. Cassiano's got the inside line. There's David Gerard on screen at the moment, the second last of these cars that we're looking at, under attack at the moment. Michael Lanters moves forward, relegates David Gerard back to 7th. So a good comeback from him. Sully Khan sits there in 5th spot, right behind Christian Flagg with damage, as you heard. The laps are ticking down. Gabinski in behind him as well. Sean Gabinski off in the distance there. Back to the pointy end. Eric right up behind Christopher. They start their climb up the hill. And he's getting monstered. He's absolutely getting mugged at the moment, Christopher Cassiano. Bit of a bump there as they come down into the braking area. Interesting. Is this going to get physical between these two? The gap's absolutely nothing at the moment as we go on board with Eric as he monsters Christopher Cassiano to the left-hander that leads onto the start-finish straight. Will he get a slipstream this time around? He's close enough to be able to do it, but will it be enough to eject him forward and take the position from Christopher? Down across the straight they come. He's got a great run. Cassiano's awake to it. And no, he's electing to bump draft. This is interesting tactics. They've got a 1.7 second gap over this man, Alexander Bugashid. And that's why they want a bump draft. That's why Eric's keen to bump draft. He doesn't want to get caught up with these guys. Christian Flag has Simline Khan is sitting right behind him at the moment. Those two nose to tail. I heard Khan say that he had damage, but I tell you what, I wish I was as quick with damage as he is, or without damage as he is with. He's flying around at the moment, doing a great job, especially if that is true and he has damage. David Gerard has got Michael Lanters all over the back of him as our race leaders go up towards the corkscrew. And once again, that battle on between these two. Eric, the Lippy just gave him a small touch, then backs out of it to say that, that was unintentional. Khan and Flag battling for position as well at the moment, further back in the pack. Now, Alexander's been able to bring this gap to these two out in front down to 1.5 while they have their mini little battles. But time is ticking away. Cassiano comes up onto the start-finish straight. This time around, 3 minutes left to go in this race. So about 2 more laps is going to be the call. Let's go back and have a look at Christian Flag. Okay, he's managed to give himself just a little bit of breathing space over Simline Khan. Now, Michael Lenters has been able to get in front of David Gerard. Takes that line nicely. These two battling out 6th and 7th in this race at the moment. In behind him, Gabinski, who's normally one of the front runners and had some issues earlier on, is fighting back well, finds himself in the top 10. Ken Pullen, we should mention him. He's up into the top 10 as well. And Thomas Tucker rounds out that 10th spot. Laps are ticking down. Time's running away. Cassiano with the race lead. He desperately would love a victory here over Eric. That's easier said than done. Eric gets the run on him as they come to the corkscrew. Not much he can do about it. Eric's gone through. Takes the position away. Cassiano right behind him at the moment as they go for varying lines down through the left-hander, trying to get the upper hand on each other. Eric millimetre perfect, as you would expect. Just defensive a little bit as they come up to the strike to complete another lap. There's the white flag that you can see being waved, so there's only one more launch at it. What can Cassiano do? Tries to get a run. He doesn't want to do it now by the looks of things. Looks like he lifted and backed out of that. Now tends to go to the outside. Does he try the switchback? No, Eric's awake to that. Slams the door on him. Eric wants the victory. Who wants it more out of these two? And all of a sudden, look into the background. 1.3 seconds back to Alexander, the 111 car, coming into this fight at the dying minutes of this race. Halfway through the final lap, or about a third of the way through at any rate. Cassiano tries to go side by side. Eric goes defensive. He wants the good line to climb the hill. Difficult in a Formula V. They don't have the horsepower. Cassiano is close enough to make this one stick. What can he do coming up to the corkscrew now? Through the left-hander they go. He's got a great run here. He's going to have a go. He's going to have a one almighty go. Side by side as they go up into the corkscrew. Cassiano just far enough in front. Eric goes bang down the inside. Leaves his braking late. They've touched. He's around. Eric run a little bit wide and he's off the track. And that is a gift for these two. Now they battle it out for the final lap, the final few turns. Alexander wants this victory. Cassiano wants to deny him. Down towards the strike they come, or down towards the final turn they come up onto the strike. Alexander's going to be right in the slipstream. Those two have touched as well. Can you believe it? I can't believe how much contact we've seen. And Cassiano's going to take the victory over Alexander. Then Christian's going to be back there in third spot. Khan with the damage in fourth. What a gallant effort. David Gerard in fifth spot at the moment. He's picked up 2 spots since we last saw him. Right behind him, Michael Lenters. Well done for him. Gabinski. Eric's going to finish in 8th spot there. That's going to be disappointing from him. Ken Pullen and Thomas Tucker round out the top 10. There goes Thomas across the line. Wow, what a race that turned out to be. Let's go back and take a look at what happened with Eric there. Up over the top of the hill they come. Oh, I don't know. I called that Eric had run wide. Let's have another look from front on. Oh, yeah, probably squeezed him a little bit. Didn't leave Cassiano much room to play. We'll go back and see if we can't take another look at it. Oh, Cassiano was loose too, so I don't know. That's a difficult one. And the man who almost made it count for him was Alexander. What a fascinating finish to this race. On for young and old. It was on for young and old. Plenty of incidents throughout that one. This is DeGarcis and Maroney. Okay, that was interesting. Not the first time these two have had it coming together. I'm at a loss to say what the story is here. This is DeGarcis. Yeah. Okay.
Sean, I don't forget people who have done me favours in the past, mate. So I'm not having you just leaving on the corner. I'm going to take you with me, mate.
There's plenty going on.
Ride or die, brother.
There's plenty going on. That was solid card. I've got no idea what that was about. We'll stand by and see if we can
man. Sorry, I messed that corner up.
get some results here for you.
That was freaking
They have been coming up
That is not cool,
quick.
dude.
I'm going to hop out of that because there's plenty of chat going on. So let's have a look. The feature race, Christopher Cassiano with the win. And you've got Alexander in second, Christian Flagg third, Sully Khan in fourth, David Gerard. Great performance, David. Well done to you, mate. Very deserving. Michael Lenters, what a great performance for him this week. Absolutely outstanding and put in pretty good lap times too, up there with the best. Gabinski in seventh. Eric's going to finish in eighth, then Ken Pullen and Thomas Tucker. In behind that, Nathan Maroney in 15th spot. Missed the previous round, missed the last couple of rounds. Robbie Wright way back there with his karting teammate Scotty Brooks. DeGarcis in 16th. Some of the big names. Eric Legou back there in 17th. Wow, what an extraordinary race. What an extraordinary race that final one was. Don't forget to join us this time next week as well. We're counting down the season. It's getting towards the business end. This is round number 9. This is the calendar. Next week, we head to Interlagos, the Grand Prix circuit. Oh, that's going to be insane in these cars. That's going to be insane. So if you thought this one was tight and dramatic, wait till next week. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll look forward to catching up with you next time. Bye for now.